has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Hey guys, Muzzle here. Taking a look at coldzera today, and I'm surprised it took me so long to get to this guy, you know? Considering he's probably going to win the HLTV Player of the Year for 2016. More than likely anyways, you know, between him and a couple guys. He's definitely considered one of the top players in the scene right now. Top 3 for sure. Just about by anybody that has any merit to judge that, so... he had a really good year. I think he had one tournament where he was under a 1.0 rating. Fucking the last couple years, in the last 2 years. I didn't look that up or anything, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong. And he's a pretty interesting guy to watch, actually. He reminds me of Swag a little bit. This is a super, super passive player. Likes to take really safe peeks and plays... Like, you can see here, the bomb's planted at A, and he's still way the fuck back here. Yeah, really passive player, likes to clutch rounds out, plays really smart, doesn't give up free kills, like, ever. Sometimes it backfires, you know, you can't always play passive necessarily. It's a fine line that you have to toe, right? You don't want to be happy from envious, and you don't want to be too aggressive either. And the pistol round, maybe he was a little too passive. On to the first gun round here, and pretty much every round T-side actually, coldzera is like the dedicated guy to hold the B push on their defaults. So they run their default most of the time on the T-side. coldzera is always, he's either in sunroom here or a little bit further back, and he likes to play it like he's gonna look at this angle, like this one right here, for about 40 seconds. So I'm gonna fast forward through this. And after this, he's going to have kind of a small lineup on something. It's really nothing. Like, his crosshair doesn't go to a crazy spot or anything. But he does land on the CT model. So yeah, I don't think this is anything. It's definitely not bad enough to really make a big deal out of. He's just kind of shoulder peeking just to make sure he doesn't get picked off. Just shoulder peeking into checkers. And I really dig that flash. The flash just pushes him off checkers long enough for him to get in there and throw his smoke for B. Yeah, I was digging that. It's good flash. It's a total fake, and I'm sure the CTs, the CTs didn't bite on that smoke at all. You can see them rotating off already. Okay, there's gonna be one spot that I slow down up here, and you can kind of make the argument that he's maybe got an offset to his aim lock, which is definitely possible. You know, like, it's not hard to get an offset right here. But his crosshair is just not in a bad enough position to really make too big of a deal out of that, I don't think, you know. If his crosshair lands in a really fucking weird spot, then yeah, we could start kind of analyzing the aim lock and stuff like that, but his crosshair stayed pretty reasonable there, and I don't think you can't really make a very strong argument that was an aim lock. Okay, I did a little more reaction time testing to fit into the movie I'm going to make about it. So I'll do a full video on reaction times, but this is just a little snippet. So this one, him doing a wide peek, he got a 13 frame response. So if my math is right, that's about 217 milliseconds. And then the next one, him holding just an angle. It was actually the same result. 13 frames. So like I said, I'm gonna make a full movie, and I think I'll record the clips for the full video at a quarter speed, just because it'll give better results. But I don't record my demos at a quarter speed. I record them at full speed. So anyways, this is just a good apples to apples comparison anyways. Alright, I got a full gun round in here pretty much, and coldzera starts off by fucking up his molly pretty hard. And I got a few spots where I gotta fast forward in this thing, but you're gonna see the same kind of lineup you saw earlier, where he's like right on that guy's head. But again, when it happens in a position where his crosshair is in a totally fine spot, I mean, you can't say too much about it. They did this funky boost mid, and have coldzera jump across, and then follows it up with a peek with his op. Well, that's kind of interesting. I don't see that very often. Interesting way to get to the right side of mid, although that's not insanely useful. But yeah, whatever floats your boat, I guess. And I'll finally be able to slow down here to watch the end of the round. But yeah, coldzera is a super fucking slow guy to watch. And we finally have some action here. There's a quick movement onto this guy. I really don't think this is anything. Again, I mean, his crosshair's in a pretty reasonable spot just looking at fork, and yeah, I don't think that's enough to get excited about either. So far he's been pretty clean the first few rounds. I'd say all the aim locking things that I found are pretty easily explained. His crosshair really hasn't been in very many awkward spots in my opinion. Like he has had really good crosshair placement all game, and he's a super careful player, you know. Like, he's pretty interesting to watch. Like, if you're a lurker on your team or whatever, you're gonna want to watch some coldzera demos, I think. We get a massive change of pace here from SK and coldzera, which is nice actually. This is the first round really where he's changed his pace. Wow, we just got team flash like fucking crazy there. But yeah, it's good to see. Like, the first 10 rounds I watched, they were all really slow. This round he just flies in to the bomb site, runs up highway, just flies in there. Doesn't really get any action this round, but I figured I'd put the whole thing in there. You guys can check it out. Maybe you'll see something I don't. But it looked pretty clean to me. And the CTs go on to save their weapons, so nothing else happens here. Next gun round. And coldzera has a pretty good round here. Throws a nice little pop flash here. I've seen this a few times now from a couple players, but still a cool flash. He doesn't fuck up the molly this time, as you can see the edge. And he gets a couple really nice kills. I didn't see anything too fishy in the round, but you guys can let me know if you disagree. He gets a filthy kill on the guy in fucking checkers here. The guy in checkers goes to peek, and he should not have done that. He gets laid out. And then coldzera is going to get traded off here to end the round, but yeah, this is a pretty solid round. This is an anti-eco round, but there's a lot of smoke spam that goes on here. It's hard to be conclusive with any of this stuff. Like, could be legitimate stuff. That's a nice molly there, get that box out, mollied out, but he does spam the smoke a lot here. He doesn't hit a ton. I don't know if he hits at all, actually, but I don't know. I figured I'd put it in here, let you guys look at it, and maybe you'll see something with the smoke spam that I didn't. It's a pretty nice kill there. So yeah, I think it was good. You know, there wasn't anything conclusive enough to form a really strong opinion on it, in my opinion. All right, last round, and coldzera's still throwing that fancy flash. We really haven't seen. We haven't seen anything from coldzera. I kind of thought I'd see a little bit more by now, but I mean, all I can really look for is aim locks, right? So if there's other shit going on, I'd never know. But so far, it's looked really clean from coldzera in terms of aim locks. That was a nice kill. Maybe I'll slow that one down actually at the end just to take another look at it. But yeah, I thought I'd see a bit more. You know, like you'd think a top player would have some fishy stuff, but so far it's been pretty clean. Okay, let's just zip through here. They get left in a 3v2, and it's the last round, so you know the CTs are coming for this, and let's see how coldzera does this. I don't think anything too fishy happens. I like this off angle that he plays. I play that fucking all the time. And he peeks to try and get the crossfire and dies off. Here's that spot I wanted to look at real quick when he goes through the smoke. And I don't know what to think of this. It doesn't look that bad, I don't think. You know, he's definitely not. You know, I'm not gonna fucking grill him for checking the box, but it was just the way he checked it kind of bugged me a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of that one. Just around, and coldzera has a fucking sick round here. He's definitely not fucking around with this USP, man. He hit some pretty nice shots here. I'm gonna slow this down. You can see that he just barely saw Rubino's head, and that's kind of what allows him to line up the edge of heaven so well. You know, with Rubino when he runs across like that. That's all good, and they clean up the fucking round. All right, we get our first fishy clip, or fishy aim lock looking clip. Anyways, I'll let you guys see it here. And for the people that watch my videos all the time, you know this triggers the fuck out of me. I hate seeing shit like that. I'm trying to think of a way to explain like why he would do that, and I really don't know. But on the other hand, you know, why would he fucking aim lock when they have 4 Glocks and a Tech 9? He may not know if they bought, you know, Tech 9 armor or whatever, but and he already knows they're on site, so that's another good counter argument. But it's a very weird and suspicious looking clip, I think, and definitely noteworthy, I think. Alright, coldzera holding off B and pretty much played B the whole time on CT side. And I am not a fan of these fucking random wall inspections. Whenever you just turn around, like I understand turning around for a decent amount of time if you want to play anti-flash, if you think something's coming in, but when you turn around for like a split second and then just turn back, it looks really weird. I know he's not close to a guy or anything. He could have let go before it full locked on, or he could just have a big offset. So anyways, those fucking random times when a dude just looks at the wall kind of bug me. There may have been a footstep or something that he heard. That's a possibility. But yeah, it just looks weird. Even if there was a footstep, it's kind of weird. But he does do a pretty good job pulling off the site. Gets a couple kills and gets killed off. And we get some more weird ass fucking crosshair movement here from Cold. And this really does stand out with him because he really doesn't, you know, he's got pretty good crosshair placement. Really good crosshair placement actually. So just little shit like that really does stand out. I always hate seeing like just a little small adjustment towards someone. So maybe he's got like, he would definitely have an offset here. And judging by like some pretty good evidence of aim locking from Cold in the past, you know, he does use an offset most of the time, so that would definitely be an offset if he's using one. And after that he goes on to peek like you normally would, you know, just kind of ADing back and forth. So yeah, that looks pretty weird. I think last round we made it, and Fur does this cool play, like he did this the round before actually, where they just smoke off the entrance to B main or whatever you want to call it, and then Fur kind of pushes ahead and he gets some good damage. Actually the round before this he got 2 kills doing that, just throwing the smoke at the entrance and then fucking pushing forward. But Cold goes on to play a sneaky position here and gets some fucking good action. I didn't really see anything from Cold in this round, but he does have a big impact, so he gets some nice kills. It looked legit, you know, you knew they were there, they were shooting the whole time, and that looked all good in the hood, I think. So yeah, overall, like, this demo was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. You know, I would think, you know, I buy into the whole pros are probably cheating idea, right? So I would think, you know, logic would say that one of the best players in the scene is probably cheating, you know? And this demo didn't look amazing. He had some weird shit in it for sure. But I wouldn't call him, you know, Rush or Xanters quite yet. Maybe he's got better or worse demos out there that I could look at, but I'll see what he has at the major for sure. That's coming up pretty soon. This game wasn't that close of a game either. It was just kind of one that, you know, it was the most recent game I had from SK and a relatively good game from Cold. A sort of close, not really kind of game, you know, between SK and Dignitas. So I figured I'd grab this one. Ideally, you know, I'd get one that goes into fucking overtime, right? That would encourage the most cheating, right? But I couldn't really do that here. So yeah, I'll keep watching. I'll definitely watch a couple more Cold demos. I'm surprised it took me so fucking long to get to them, but, you know, I've had a lot of suggestions for different guys and stuff like that, and try and stay current with the current events, you know, and SK really hasn't played in a little bit, so yeah, we'll see what he does at the major and see if they make a far push. I think they won. Yeah, they won the last 2, right? So, see if they can go for the 3 in a row. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.